morning, it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. I'm back again. I've been away, I've not been feeling really good. I've mentally not been feeling like doing the crafting a lot, but I'm back now. I have lots of new interests as well. So not a lot to show you because some of it's been gifted, but anyway, I'll start with what we're doing. I think just after I last spoke to you, we went for a trip to the borders in Scotland for 5 days, which was a glamping holiday, and the pod was excellent. We had a fantastic time. It was really on the luxury end. We really enjoyed it. We've even been rebooked for next year. We've had the garden re-landscaped, which I'll put a photo in if I can remember. It's done for ease for the future, really, with it's future-proofing, as it were, to try and make it easier when we get a bit older. So I've been busily buying plants to restock the garden because the borders moved to the other side and we had to lose everything we had before. That'll be it now until spring. We've got some more spaces to fill, but that'll be it till spring now. Yeah, we're happy with it, and I think it will be a good move for us because neither of us are getting any younger. With my makes, crochet wise, I made quite a lot of string bags, market bags as some of you know them. They were to gift to my friends from my civil service days. So I took them with me when I was meeting them for lunch. Well, brunch it was that day. And they went down really well. They seemed to like them. Made one for Pearl, and I'm on with one more at the moment, which I don't know what it's for, but I'm having a go at another one. It's the basic paint box pattern that I've shown before. If I remember, I will link it below. So I'm using the James C. Brett cotton waste, which I've used before. This is really nice yarn, by the way, and you get one bag out of one cake. So it's just the basic pattern that I'm doing. So that one, no, that's the back of it, but yeah, that's the front. Well, the bit you see. So just doing that one. All very easy things that I'm doing at the moment because I've got severe problems with my shoulder. It looks like it is well and truly a chronic condition now. Partially I have to blame the crochet for that because it's the repetitive movements that's caused it to get worse. I've had 5 extra treatments on it and it looks like it's something I'm going to have to live with all the time now. So it's even suggested I go to the doctor for some pain relief, but I don't know whether I want to do that because most of the time when I'm sat like this I feel fine. It's just when I do the odd movement and it's agony, absolute agony if I forget myself and do the wrong movement. But apart from that, I'm now feeling a lot better. Anyway, I also made a dishcloth, which is again just a dishcloth, and it's on the picture of the bags that I made to take with me to the girls. I've made an asymmetric shawl. I've used the same pattern as I used before, which is by Annie Design, Carmen Effernan. I know we discussed it once before, and it's the red clover shawl. Now, I've done it in the same yarn as I was going to move on to the better yarn. There lies a bit of a tail, but I'll come to that. I use the Yarn Smith's Pebble Ace Prince DK that you can get from Wool Warehouse, and it's the colour Blakeney, and the number for that is 2D060, and it's blues and greens. Similar to the one I did before, but not, slightly brighter colours. And so it's just an asymmetric shawl, which I'm wearing as a scarf. I'm going to try and show you on, but I can't flick anything over my shoulder with that left arm, so I'll have to just faff with it with my right arm. Just bear with me. So yeah, just like the one I did before, but this one's for me. So yeah, just for winter to keep my neck warm. And because it's a cotton acrylic blend, it's not too overbearing to wear. Yeah, I'm going to do that shawl in the one of the nice yarns I got when we went to Spring into Wool. I think it was called Spring into Wool at the grammar school at Leeds in spring, and I couldn't wind it. Just couldn't wind it. It was. I'll put a picture in of the colours are stunning. I am gutted, but we started off, Nick holds it for me, and I wind it round. I got about that much done. You'll see on the picture the amount actually wound, and it was clogged up in so many places. I could not get it to wind at all. So Nick, who's got the patience of a saint when it comes to, you know, untangling yarn, he says, Pamela, you're going to have to let it go. Even he said he couldn't do anything with it. So it's in the bin and on the way to Barnsley Tip. It is so sad because it was perfect, those colours. It was absolutely perfect. You'll see from the picture, beautiful colours. I think it was called Spice Market. It was lovely. But like I said, Pamela, let it go. Let it go. So I did. Anyway, so as a result, I wound the one that I got from the wool shop in Chesterfield. When I went down with Pearl. This is the Melabrigo one. It's not, I love the colours, but it's not as good as the other one. And this one's a DK where the other one was 4-ply, but we've actually wound that one. That worked out really well. So I'm going to do one in that one. I mean, it's not thick DK, so I think I'll be able to use a 5mm hook and make it a bit, you know, a bit more... you know, like look a bit more, you know, like with more holes, basically. By the way, I used the 5mm hook on this DK one as well. Now, talking of that, when I didn't notice the first time I made this, but when I looked at the picture of this one, when I looked at the picture that's on here of this one, this doesn't look like that picture. So on Etsy, I found the other one, another one that looked exactly the same as this. So I wrote to the designer and I said, I think I've been given the instructions for the wrong one because this one looks like this image I've got here. And she said it's the same pattern, it just looks different because this one is done in a 4-ply or fingering weight, and the other pattern that she has is done in DK or whatever you call it. Is it like worsted, something like that? So it looks different done, and that's fine. It looks different in a different yarn, I understand that, but I nearly bought that pattern because it looks different, and I feel a bit aggrieved about that because I would have bought exactly the same pattern. But you know, that's up to her what she wants to do. But I'm so glad I didn't buy it because I would have been aggrieved if I've ended up with the same pattern, just a different weight of yarn. Because I take a pattern and I use whatever yarn I want to use with it, you know. So this one I'm sure will look different in this one, even though it is a DK, it's a thinner DK. But we'll see what it looks like. It's just a shame I can't do it in that 4-ply, but you know, these things happen. So that's where I am with what I've made crochet wise. Last Friday, Pearl and I went to something I'd never heard of before, and it's called Wonderfully Made in Yorkshire, and it's held at the church in Silkstone. All these like amateur makers, but the business people, but that, you know, like it's like, you know, little independent is what I'm trying to say, makers, and really well done out. That, you know, it's a bit squashed though, because you're walking around the pews, but lovely things. I can't show you what I bought. I bought 2 jewellery sets, but I can't show you because they're for gifts for Christmas and they may watch this, so I can't show you that. But yeah, it were really good quality stuff. The lady who teaches us the glass fusion, she had a stall as well. So yeah, we're definitely going to go back to that one again. I'll try and take images when I go next time. I didn't feel able to do it last Friday because we were You know, like there's a lot of people there, and it was new to us. We didn't know what to expect, and I didn't feel like I could film at the same time. If you've been looking at my posts, you'll see that I've been on an embroidery course. The last one is tomorrow. It's just a 4-week course. It's a free one at the local library, one of the local libraries. And just to refresh the embroidery skills, to give me a bit of something else to do. I've forgotten to bring it in. I've started working on the piece, but it's really just for practice. But basically, we're just refreshing skills, and I'm quite liking the idea of doing freeform things. We've also, me and Pearl, we went on the sock knitting course now. What a disaster that was. Oh my word. The woman who was teaching it admitted it was the first one she'd ever done. But unfortunately, I still think she wasn't very good, because for a start, the course is advertised as to using a particular type of yarn. You can use either DPNs or circular needles, and she would show you how to get started. Now, she wasn't interested really if you couldn't do the type of cast on she wanted you to do, and I think that's unfair, because people have different ways. And for example, 8 of us were there, I think it was 8 of us, and 7 said they didn't know this cast on that she was talking about. I'd had practice, by the way. I've not knitted for probably 40 years or slightly less, and I just had a little practice. People thought I'm making something with this. I'm not. This is just a little practice piece. I haven't done any more on it since I showed it, but I was just doing that to prove that I could still knit. And and the other thing was, she didn't really want you to learn on circular needles, even though it said that you could, and also they provided some. Having watched certain people on YouTube making socks, I would say they supplied us with the wrong ones, because they were quite long needles, and it was a very long circular wire thing. So basically it was her way or no way, so that didn't go down well. Plus as well, she didn't even give us needle stoppers at first, like stoppers for the end of the needles when we were trying the DPNs. So I lost a couple of stitches twice off mine, and I'm not that experienced again, yet to be able to pick them back up. So Pearl helped me out with that. But then eventually she did give us the needle stoppers, but announced that she wanted them back. Oh, it didn't go down well with me. I'm afraid she got the full force of Pamela, as she can be, unfortunately. Anyway, we still made a start with having a go at socks, and also I already know about a lady on YouTube called Simply in Stitches. I forget what her actual name is, but the channel is Simply in Stitches, and I'm going to follow her in order to make socks. Now, don't hold your breath. I mean, Nick said I won't be getting any for Christmas, and I said no, you might get some in 2 years' time for Christmas, but not this year. But yeah, at least I know I can follow her. So I'll link that below if I can think on. Like I say, I've got to remember to do it. Saturday we're going to Nick's going as well, but Pearl and I were going to go to Spectrum Yarns. They're having a sale again, so looking forward to that. 2 hours yarn therapy on Saturday morning at bargain prices, which can't beat it, can you? If I can think on, I'll take some pictures, but I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself at the moment. And then the next one, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, I'm going down to my cousin's in Oxfordshire. So that'll be lovely to catch up with my cousin and her husband. Can't wait for that. So I think that's it for me for now. I hope it's been interesting enough. Like I say, not too much crochet, but I've done what I can, what my shoulder allows me to do, and hopefully I can do a bit more. But you keep saying you're not bothered about me showing too much stuff, so that's, that's good if that's okay. I'm a bit behind with watching people on YouTube. I'm a bit overwhelmed with the amount to catch up on, actually, so I may just start again watching people from now, and then, so forgive me if I say anything having missed some content, because I hate to miss your content. My favourite people I love to watch on there, or on here even, I am, you know, like I hate to miss anything, but if I've missed something and that, you know, I make a mistake with what I say, you know, just go with it, because I'm like I say, I'm behind. So I'm going to try and catch up with the, you know, just from now on, really. I think that's it. I hope it's not just not being a bit here and there today. It's, you know, it's when you haven't been on for a few weeks, you're not really, you know, with it. So anyway, I shall try and get back as soon as I can. You know, I'm not putting any you know, time limits on myself, or should I say giving myself a schedule, because I just want it to be nice and free and flowing. So I shall see you later. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you soon.